Alright guys, we're back in Path of Exile. I know this is a big departure from the last episode that I posted. I think we were in Act 2 that episode. I leveled off screen again. You can see here we are level 47 now. I'm just beyond Piety.
Hello.
I went and did Piety off screen, off camera, because you guys have seen it before. I managed to kill her in exactly one of the energy beams. And I did take it to the face, and it did do quite a bit of damage, but we killed her quick enough. I'll just go ahead and show you the build here real quick. Picked up all this defensive abilities. We went this way because we needed this dexterity for a gem, or for a, for a gem, to summon the stone golem. And we're going this way to pick up this gem slot here. We picked up this gem here, which is like a... We get these abilities, this is kind of a neat gem. We get these additional attributes. I'm pointing on my screen here. You guys can't see that. I don't know why I'm doing that. But you get these abilities if at least 40 intellect is within range. This radius here. It's kind of a neat thing that they have in the game. I think you guys all saw we went with Death Attunement. And we're kind of going around the outside here. We picked up this. I thought this skill was going to be really good. Let me see if I can find it here. Increases in reduction to minion damage also affect you. I haven't really seen this work correctly, or at least how I thought it would. So I'm not sure if that's actually a great skill to begin with. We went through here and picked up these skills. They seem really good. I mean, armor, maximum energy shield, and we went this way to pick up this socket here. We're actually going down this way now. And we are going to pick up, I'm sorry, not this one. Although that actually doesn't look bad. We're going to pick up Devotion here, and the extra life, and these talents here. And the strength's not bad. This is kind of a, I looked at 5 or 6 witch builds like two days ago, and this is kind of a mishmash of what I saw other people going. We'll probably wind up picking up this too here. I'm not sure if it's optimal to mishmash. Maybe we should just follow somebody that knows what they're doing, or just test things out on ourselves, but which we kind of are, right? We'll see if it works out. I think we definitely need to pick up more defensive abilities. I think that's been probably our biggest downfall so far, is not focusing on defense. Oddly enough, I focused on less defense this playthrough and managed to kill Piety significantly quicker or faster than we did the last. Well, I guess I've only killed her once besides that. That actually scared me. I thought she was alive. But this is the checkpoint right after that area, which is kind of like right down here where my mouse is at. So we didn't make it that far. We just came through the portal after we killed Piety. And there's like a little camp up here where Piety's like, bring the organs to me. And so that's our quest right now, is to find the 3 organs, bring them back to Piety, and then presumably go through this black core. Yeah, and fight Malachi or one of Malachi's thugs. We have a lot more summons here this time around. I've got a nice little charge too, which is kind of nice for getting around quick. Sometimes it doesn't work though. I'm not sure if I'm being blocked and I can't run. So there's that. Let's see what else. What other skills we have? We need to kill some mobs here so we can pick up some more minions. I think I touched on it probably while I was leveling up in Act 1 and Act 2. This build focuses way more on just having as many minions as possible. Which we kind of tested out, and it's just the best way to go about it. They're being kind of leery about this Delirium portal here. We're definitely going to do it. But we're not going to take any unnecessary risk here. Because these mobs will kill us if we get caught in some ground AoE or something. One of them jumps in on us like that. We're taking a ton of damage right now. Somewhat off screen, it looks like. Get these minions out. I mean, that hurts pretty bad there, whatever that was. We don't really have the gear to run through here, and we're not gonna even attempt to. Now, I think this takes us back to Yeah, the belly of the beast level 2, which we don't want to go to. That is where we came from. So now you can see where we came from after we killed Piety. I feel confident we could probably beat Piety hands down now, but I don't want to. Or I'll pick that up. I'm not sure what those do, by the way. Maybe somebody else does. I'm sure other people do. Sacrifice at dusk. I'll have to look that up. Just as an aside, I think while I was leveling up, we talked about the story of Mervale and Duresso, I think the name of the characters were. And how Mervale is the same character from the Siren Cave as well as the... Oh, no. Well, let's focus on this here real quick. I didn't realize we were going into a boss area. Now, she should be easier than Piety, I'm hoping. I don't know what this red stuff is, but I feel like... Actually, what does this say? You are cursed. Increased physical damage. Okay, she wasn't too bad. She was not too bad. She didn't really drop anything either. Yeah, we witches have to have some standards. I agree with that. She wasn't really we didn't actually zone in there. We just kind of walked into the room, didn't we? She was standing in there. So anyway, about Mervale, I went and read her Wikipedia entry on the game Wikipedia for Path of Exile. And it turns out that her story is Duresso gives her some giant ruby that she wears around her neck, and it kind of has like the ring effect on her where she goes crazy, and she starts going down to the ocean in the middle of the night, and takes a big toll on their marriage because she's going nuts and clawing people's eyes out for anybody that looks at her or accidentally touches the ruby around her neck. And Duresso has to leave in the middle of the night. Well, he doesn't have to, but you know, he kind of that's what he does. And she goes down to the ocean to wait for him, and the people in the village can't get her to come back, and she winds up slowly changing into a siren. And the nightmare, which I think is what all this stuff is the nightmare, essentially, is the one that's been calling out to her, not whatever singer it was she said was teaching her how to sing. Right before she goes crazy. We'll go back up to that door here in a second. So she winds up somehow reproducing all those sirens in that cave. Let's see if we can just bring this here.
You work fast. You know it is no mere freak of nightmare that fashioned that monstrous version of myself, the one you so kindly dispatched. The Godless Three took great pains in getting me looking just so. They were none too gentle about it either. So no need to play softly with the remaining two.
Treat kindness with kindness, sure. So anyway, she winds up, Mervale, being able to reproduce somehow in her own, in the cave, and that's how all those sirens get in there. And that's the story of Mervale and Duresso. Big old ruby makes her go crazy, basically. And Duresso can't really stick around. And then it looks like Duresso goes mad anyway, because we fight him in the arena there, and he's, everybody's being poisoned by the gems, I think, is what's happening. I also tried to read some of the actual lore for the game. I didn't read all of it. It's a bit heavy-handed. And by heavy-handed, I mean it's very much like, it's not identical to the Bible, it's very similar to that, though. There's a lot of, in the year XX was doing XY, so on and so forth. But it mirrors the Bible, essentially. So if you know the story of the Bible, or basically any religious text, they kind of, I don't want to say they stole from it, but that's my takeaway anyway. At least the beginning part of the tale. think well, this was the. Okay, so this is one of the bosses here. Hopefully, she doesn't have a one-shot mechanic. I'm simply gorgeous. Is that what she said? I don't want to like stare at the text there and die to some mechanic. I wonder if that's lethal if I stand in that. Potentially. Oh, so she must be the creator of Brutus? Brutus? Brutus. Which I'm sure we would know if we read the lore. Which we did, but it's a matter of retaining that information. It's fleeting. I'll make sure my mic was seated correctly. So far, these bosses seem significantly easier than Piety, but I suspect whoever we're gonna... Well, and we did level up quite a bit. I think when we fought Piety last time, we were level 43 or 44. So we're quite a ways ahead of that. And we have a lot more defensive skills, too. Actually, if you look at our defense here, 75% resistance is the cap, but I think I read today it was 109 you want to resist, to have maximum resistances when there is a curse on you. So that's kind of what you're shooting for. We're over on a couple of them there. Or one of them, I think it's fire. Can't really help that. Not at the moment.
Good. 2 down, 1 to go. You know, prior to meeting Malagaro, Chevron, and Doedri, I rather admired them. Their work, their accomplishments, sheer genius. As it turns out, genius is something better appreciated from afar.
That's probably true. That's probably true. Well, one more. Was she in a... She was. She was in her own room. Wasn't she? I don't know anymore, to be honest. I feel like she was. Malagrio the Inquisitor. I have to stop doing what I just did there, which was kind of blink for no reason. To reposition myself, but not really... It wasn't a necessary reposition. I have a problem with that in games. I just want to use my movement skill for the sake of using it.
I hate to be critical, but...
I'm repositioning it for damage, but... I reposition for damage rather than for safety. And there, it wasn't even really for damage. It was just like to kind of be closer on the screen. It's silly, really. It's just a little bit of a boss gauntlet here. Keep having to scratch my ear. Sorry if that's coming up in the recording. Let's...
We've come such a long way since we first met in Axiom Prison. I was that close to snuffing you out then and there, sister. But now look at us, working together to destroy the greatest terror that Rayclast has ever known. If I were the crying type, it'd bring a tear to my eye.
Okay. I'm sure she's not going to turn on us later. Let's take a look at the gear here before we go in here and die, potentially. If you see, we got everything with armor quality gems on there. This one we actually ran out of the armor things. Not the ones that are like these, but they're for armor. We've got them on pretty much every other piece of gear we have, though, that we can put it on. And then we've got everything enchanted as well that can be enchanted, except for maybe these boots. Or no, I don't think these boots can be enchanted if I remember right. Or crafted, whatever you want to call it. So that's pretty much all there is to see there. I know I kind of went through that quickly, but let's jump in. Hopefully not die. Oh, there's definitely a boss. Maybe Piety's gonna help us. Oh, it's Malachi. I'm sure this is gonna go well. Alright, Malachi. Head on a swivel here, I think. Well, he's took half of our shield, but okay. We can dodge balls. I swear we can dodge balls. Are we even doing damage to him is the question, though. It doesn't look like we are. Yeah, now is probably the time to do damage. Skeletons, please, please attack. Is Piety taking damage? I can't tell. So he looks easier than Piety. Like we can dodge orbs. We know how to dodge orbs. Stay on the outside. Give yourself plenty of time. Oh, I think did he just kill Piety? Kind of sounded like he did. Can we summon a zombie from her corpse?
This is what I get for trying to be a bloody hero. Who'd have thought you'd be so suited to the role? I was convinced I'd made a fatal mistake in sparing your life in Exile prison. Fatal, yes, but a mistake. No. Go now, sister. It's up to you to teach Malachi the true definition of nightmare.
No. I think that's the end of Piety there. Sadly, I didn't catch that on the recording. We have no zombies, which is the bad part. We maybe should have went out and picked some up if we could. We can dodge skill shots. We're not afraid of skill shots. Exploding corpses might be a little bit more difficult. Can we? No, we can't make anything out of that. Is he taking damage? He is not. Why are you not taking damage? Is it over here? Oh, we're supposed to... The heart of the beast. Please shield. Come back, shield. No. Is he taking damage now? Kind of looks like he is. Oh, we got zombies. Another heart of the beast, yeah. Please. Please no. Oh, those are like mines. No. Please. Please just die, Malachi. If I get another hurt, I guess. Yeah, there's another heart somewhere. Over here. Oh. Oh, goodness. Please. We shouldn't have another one we have to do here, I don't think. Another heart. Shoo. That's too easy, guys. He might just explode here. Yeah. He might go big. Well, I still want to see it, though. Yeah, I guess. I guess. I think we just did it here. There, that has to be the end of Act 4.
What cannot be understood should be feared. It is the first rule that a child learns. There is no shame in my saying this. I fear you, witch.
Yeah, don't be afraid of me. Well, look at all the sockets on that. Too bad it's all green sockets. It's unfortunate, that. Yeah, I don't think we can. I don't think we can keep that, fortunately.
Go where you are needed.
I may be making a huge mistake there. You might be able to easily swap the socket color. So you can see we're running out of gem space. We have to put them over here now. Let's see. Those in there.
It's obvious to everyone now.
There's no one like you, Rich.
Who's learned that the hard way?
And the whole of Ray class will learn about it, one way or another.
So I guess this is the happily ever after they promised us when we were kids, right, Vanya?
For us, for Ray class, maybe. What about you, sister? Do you even know what that looks like for you?
There's plenty of happiness to go around now.
You deserve a piece of it.
I suppose. There's a little bit about Teresa there. Oh, that's right, because Teresa was part of this quest line term. Anything interesting here? Let's see if there's any minion skills we don't have. There might be a couple. The golems, yeah. Which actually, I wouldn't mind having another golem if I could pick one up. Can I put one in here? Maybe I could put it in. Let's see. And those are all connected. Summon stone golem, summon flame golem. We could actually probably pick up a flame golem and drop the shield charge because we weren't using it. We might actually be kind of capped on our ability to use charges or just skills. So just a nice passive flame golem there would be excellent. What's the flame golem? We have a stone golem. Oh, there's stone golems there. No, I think we just put the flame in the stone there.
Until next time.
Not that it really matters. It doesn't. Let's talk to this gentleman over here.
Wretch. I knew you would embrace the beast, yet I couldn't know that you would squeeze the very life of it. Honestly, didn't think you had that much love in you. Now one thing remains to be seen. Your regard, your touch, your embrace can mean only doom for the loved. Please, choose your loves wisely, Rich, lest you break poor Oriath's heart. Yes, that's right. Oriath. Upon the mountain high. Of course.
So just a little bit about this area. This is Highgate. This was part of the lore that I read. I think the beast that created the nightmare and the gems is locked inside this mountain.
Dark cave. The little girl met a dark beast.
That's the beast they're talking about.
The little girl ate its dark heart. My Malachi is dead. I knew it, felt it. We dreamed only the greatest dreams. Malachi and I. A truly eternal empire. Eternal life. Eternal love. A future no longer afraid of the past. Eternal lies. Eternal loss. Those are out. No love.
At least she got to escape with her life, I guess.
Right to have faith in you, Cursebreaker. You have succeeded where we have failed. You have slain a creature that was thought to live forever in the minds of those who came before you. Vol, Daresso, Kaum, Deshret, the greatest champions Rayclast has seen in the last 300 years. You stood where they fell. Now you are the champion of champions, and Rayclast should bow at your feet in gratitude. You certainly have my gratitude, and that of my Akara.
No reward, guys?
Go where you are needed.
Nobody's giving me anything for all that work. That's fine. That's okay. I feel like we're kind of capped on useful items anyway, to some degree. Let's see, how do we... Which way is this way? I actually don't know what way that is. That's the dried lake, that's the aqueduct. Oh, that's probably over here. Was this not open before? It must not have been. Well, yeah, I guess let's press on. I'm looking at our HP right now. It does feel low. I do know there is 10 acts to the game. I did check that out. I may have said that a little bit ago. I can't remember if I did or not. So that means it's roughly 10 levels per act. So we're going into Act 5 and we're behind level 50. Although this says it's a level 40 area. Maybe you're supposed to be 90 and then the last 10 you gain levels where you're doing the map farming, I think is what they call it. We have this weird ability for our minion buff that, or support skill associated with it, where we throw traps now instead, and when those traps explode, we get the benefit rather than a corpse explosion. So there doesn't have to be a corpse like there used to be, but now there's a delay in between when the trap explodes, and so it's a delayed buff, but we can always proc it, I guess. I could be wrong about that too, but that's the way I'm looking at it, or what I see it's doing. Might be doing the opposite of what I think it's doing. Let's actually get all of our golems and all of our summons out. Being more cautious than usual here because we don't know this area at all. I don't know how difficult the mobs are going to be. Can we only have one golem down at one time? Is that what we're finding out here? Drawer. Yeah, that's what it looks like. One golem. Right? Yeah, so that's unfortunate. We didn't know. And I think we're going to go with the stone golem, because the stone golem taunts, and we are just trying to stay alive at this point in the game. I don't mean to be pessimistic, but I have a feeling we're not going to make it to the end, and we'll have to climb our way back again. It's just a matter of time before we see a fight where we just don't know what we're doing. Although we didn't know what we were doing with Malachi, and that worked out okay. I never felt too in jeopardy there. He did take us down to about 60% HP, but it was a slow drop, so I feel like our defense is holding up a little bit better anyway. This is where maybe the series is going to get a little bit more boring, because I am going to farm every nook and cranny. I don't know the area, and I kind of want to get some XP here. But maybe some of you find that interesting. Just looking for loot. Looking for loot. Hello, loot. So there's a bridge we can go across there. Do we have all of our summons? We don't. Well, I'm pretty excited that we actually did clear that act. I had my doubts there that Malachi was going to be too tough for us, but not that we couldn't do it if we were playing on normal, but the idea that we could one-shot it without looking at the fight at all, which may be a mistake going forward. We might want to watch episodes of people fighting the boss to kind of at least have some idea what's going on. Going in blind might have not been smart. But it's part of the fun, too. Part of the fun is not knowing. Dying is not part of the fun, no. We don't want to die anymore. I still have my charge. I put the charge back on, didn't I? I didn't. And actually, you should be on that one as well. I also have a flame totem there. I'm not. It's actually decent. It's a decent skill, even though I haven't really put points into it. I could see the elementalist actually being decent. The charge is a nice way to get around, if I'm being honest. And it does decent damage too when you can't charge. The actual shield slam or whatever ability is that's doing the damage off the back of that. It's not great. Of course, we didn't level it up, but well, he does quite a bit of damage there. I turned him into a... Yeah, that looks like him there. Interesting thing about the skill with the white minions there, the two white ones that are following me. It actually summons a copy of the mob that was dead. So you can actually summon ranged minions or just whatever, I mean whatever the mob was that died. And they'll cast the same abilities. So it's something to think about. Just because they're alive doesn't necessarily mean they're the ones that you want. When I was going through Act 3, I found two of the range minions with that shoot the needles. And those did a lot of work. Just did a ton of damage. Crafting recipe, what is this? Attributes rank 2. I know what that is. I have no idea what that is. Attributes rank 2? Maybe that's for everything? All attributes get rank 2? That's kind of what it sounds like. %35% physical damage as cold. 12% increased quantity of items found. Alright. It does become pretty difficult to jug minion count. The more minions you get. I mean, for the most part, it should take care of itself, but it doesn't always. And so you still have to kind of check. See, yeah, we still want to go this way. Where do we want to go? Down here? I think these areas are my favorite part of the game, the corrupted areas. They're kind of like dungeons, right? Real quick. You know you're going to get a lot of loot at the end. They're not overly difficult. I say as I run into a ton of lightning and lose all my shield almost instantly. And they're short. They're just nice. I like them. To figure out what these things do. Sacrifice at dusk. How can be used in a personal map device? Maybe they're affixes for maps. Maybe. Like it's it for this area. I think if your charge is blocked, you can't actually. You'll just let's test it. Yeah, so if you can't completely charge, you'll just do that. You have to have a clear path to actually get the full charge off. Or get a charge off at all. It's all or nothing. It doesn't look like that applies to mobs, though. Oh, maybe it does. It shouldn't, though. No, it can't. Otherwise, how would you charge to the mobs?
Captain Tavares, altitude is imperative to forging a stable connection with the prime resonator of the Opus. Power source is equally vital. Locate a fissure in the mountainside.
Fissure.
A conductive cable into it. The deeper, the better.
Love the way they said that.
It'll take an immense amount of thaumaturgical energy to execute the successful disintegration and transmission of objects, both inanimate and animate, between Highgate and the Opus. For that kind of power, we must tap the origin. I needn't remind you of the consequences should either of those elements prove defeated.
I love how video games are just modern day movies nowadays. I mean, there's just so much story that goes into it. It's pretty cool, actually. Oh, was I supposed to go through the portal? Yes. I mean, not all games are that way, but there's a lot of production that goes into a lot of games nowadays. That's just very, very good time to be a gamer. This seems safe. Escape the slave pens. These are the Val, I think? No, Oraith? Oraith officer? It actually looked good on the surface, but this is terrible. 20 strength and 20 life. Actually, that's probably not a bad necklace. It might even be better than what we have. Do we have all of our... We got an achievement for that. Release the hounds, they said. What do you do? Additional resistances and regeneration. The nice thing is we are actually almost resistance capped. Cold is our weakness at the moment. And we do want to cap that at some point. Do we want to go up in these rooms? Not really, it doesn't look like. Nah. We do have a skill point to spend. Let's go ahead and try to get... well, we're being attacked. I gotta trust the zombies here. Trust in the zombies. Somebody's taking damage there. It feels like maybe that was a bad idea. Not too bad. Shrouded, I have no idea what that does. Makes him shrouded? Looks like. I think we might have to pull back here. We'll try to get 3 and then we'll pull back. Maybe 4. We're gonna have to double back anyway because we want to explore the whole entire area. Still have all of our zombies? We do. I mean, we could potentially keep going here. Oh, it looks like explosions. That's an explosion. That's an explosion. Those are explosions. See, it's getting dangerous. Let's stop. Let's stop. I don't. We did need a new belt, or we do need a new belt. Hopefully, that's one of those is an upgrade. How do we get over there? Well, let's run back here. I don't think we missed much by going that, or by not going back. I don't think there's anything we're gonna need, but I still just want to kind of farm the XP and I don't know, just see what's out here. We have to go back quite a bit, don't we? Yeah, at least to here. Did lose 2 zombies there in that hollowed life flask. I'm curious of what the names they're going to have for these flasks as they keep going. Because they started with giant and superior and... I mean, there's probably 6 more tiers of flask, or maybe more. How many ways can you say big? Probably a thesaurus would give you the answers to that question. They don't all follow that naming scheme though. Like this is hollowed. You can kind of see how that relates to being massive in size. Some of that's hollowed, just cavernous. Can I get in there? We're missing our spooky boys. Okay, well we can't even get over to that side currently. Make sure we're using our charge here. I should be getting to some kind of maybe encampments and things like that are out of the game here. After Act 4, they just kind of out in the wilderness. I don't know. There's a bunch of people, hands crawling through that. See, I love stuff like that. The hands crawling through the gates. It's a nice little touch. And they have children. I can't do anything. You're not real. Yeah, so it looks like the traps do go off after a certain amount of time. I might try to pick up this skill earlier. Next time I have to level through with which hopefully won't be shortly. And that's so good for getting around. You can just spam that all day. It's better than the blink, really. And the blinks, in combination, they're great. It's kind of annoying when it does things like that. Like it just... pathing gets... But it's better than just walking. See, we were down here. Actually does a decent job at breaking up barrels too. And I would say at this point it does about the same damage as the blink, from what I can tell. I'd love to get to the next checkpoint here, quote unquote checkpoint. Unless there isn't one. Come on, checkpoint. This place is huge. I'm not sure what's over there, but Overseer Crow? No match for me. No match for me. Somebody dropped us a ladder there. That's probably a sign of an encampment of some kind. Overseer's Tower. Never used Flask 1 through 5. I saw this interesting post on Reddit where they have like a thing that lays across their 1 through 5 key, so when they press one of the buttons, they can press all 5, which I don't think you're supposed to use. It's actually brilliant though. So we're going out to rip out a blacksmith's eyes, I think.
How was that even possible? Rising out of the darkness to claim the souls of our enemies, like Hinekora in the stories my mother used to tell me. Well, divine intervention gave us just the diversion we needed to take this tower. So if you keep doing things like that, I might have to start believing in the gods again. Thank you for finishing off that last overseer for us. I don't know what sort of mother could have birthed that land-loving whale, but we were lucky he wasn't here when we took this tower. He'd have spread us across the floor like butter on a piece of bread. Here, take some, for helping us in this hopeless fight of ours.
Cold resistance. 29 cold resistance. We'll definitely take the... Let's go ahead and just use that. Can we just use that? Yeah, there we go. Was it this one? Yeah. Okay, let's kind of try to empty our pack here before we go talk to the last one. Adds knockback to melee attacks during flask effect. 1200. 81% evasion seems good, but I think we're gonna go with that. The belts. Ton of belts, which is good. Let's take a look at that here at the very last thing we do. Ring actually looks decent. 480 mana. 10% reduced mana cost of skills. I think the ones we have are better actually, even though it's less mana. Identify that one there. That one we're probably gonna equip. Let's dump this stuff in here. That actually might be better than one of the ones we have too. So all that just to get a better idea of what we got. So we lose 26 fire resistance if we put that in. We'll lose a little bit of life. A little bit of shield too. And this slot here... Is this the one with cold resistance? Yeah. Gain slightly more shield. Let's make sure our resistances are staying up. So that actually resistance caps us. We're not below the hard cap, but we've met the soft cap right there. Excuse me. If I put this, well, we have 0 chaos resistance, so maybe let's see what this ring does for our HP. Actually increase our HP a little bit. We lose a little bit of shield. And our resistances, we just soft cap on everything, still a little bit of chaos resistance. I think we'll probably go with that. We can always pick up secondary skills we can craft on there. See, these were better item quality too, if I'm not, or item level. This is not necessarily important. I just kind of as a general rule of the items. Excuse me, I have to cough. Tried to mute myself there before I did that. I don't know if I managed to do it. I'm feeling a little bit sick today. It's nothing serious, not like a virus or anything. Item level 41. So this one's, yeah, these two are better than the ones we had on. So let's go ahead and get rid of these. Now, new belt. We have a lot of strength on that belt, and I think we need the strength for something. I can't remember what though. I don't think we want that one. This one looks okay. We lose a lot of stats. Yeah, a lot of stats. What about this one here? 16 fire resistance for 29 strength. Honestly, I don't think we can put either one of those on. We lose too much value from the strength, I think. Well, we'll find a better belt at some time, I'm sure. Now, where's the stash in this place here? There has to be one. There it is. Flame Golem we decided we weren't going to use, so just get piled in there. Again, we're running out of space for gems. We'll have to sell them. I don't think the sell value of them are very good though. Which is kind of sad. It's not really sad, but it is what it is. Did I skip something there? Miasmeter. Alright, we'll get it. Let's see. Do we have time to do more? We're pushing an hour here. I think we're going to end it here. It's a good stopping point. Thankfully, we're still alive at the end of this episode. Heading into Act 5. If you like the video, as always, leave it a like. If you like me, go ahead and subscribe to The Unusual Maw. We'll see you in the next episode of Path of Exile. See you guys next time. Goodbye.